You're listening to the iStayElite podcast, hosted by Paul and Coach West. This show brings you real conversations and interviews from the SoCal semi-pro world. Remember to like, comment, and hit subscribe.
You got my boy Coach West. I'm Paul.
In the building.
And we got our special guest tonight, Dwayne Bucc Allen. He says he drops the Bucc. He's a reformed man, so we just call him Dwayne Allen from the Inland Empire Buccaneers, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
About right.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so we gonna start off right from the get, man. I want to know who is Dwayne Allen and who is Bucc.
Bucc is a family name, first off.
Okay.
So a lot of cats call me Bucc, and they don't really even know the name behind it and why. My family call me that. Dwayne Allen is the business guy. That's the guy that makes the moves, the guy that put people on to be successful. And Bucc is a family dude. And then I have my other, name that I don't even speak on. That's how I know cats don't really know me. But Bucc is just a semi-pro name that, came from my family, and people feel they know that individual, and they really don't, to be honest. But I'm Dwayne, man. I'm too old to be Bucc or anything else.
I feel it, man. I feel it. So with you deciphering the two, obviously they're two different personas, man. In a semi-pro world, man, it's either you know the person or you don't. So a lot of people know you as Bucc. They don't know you as Dwayne and what Dwayne does outside of semi-pro, man. Can you shed some of the light on what Dwayne does outside of semi-pro?
Absolutely. Well, I'm a regional director for a company called ICP Teams. Been a director for them for a while. I also manage 32 locations for Verizon as well, where I've employed, over the last 4 or 5 years, maybe up to 30 semi-pro guys. A couple of them are been able to get promoted to management and make 6 figures and have a career and things like that. So, business, I have, the BUCS adults. I have the BUCS Pop Warner, all chapters. I have a couple other ventures where I used to own a shoe store, a Subway, just everything. I do my thing, bruh.
Hold on. So I thought I was the business guru, but here you is got more businesses than I got. I gotta get I gotta step my game up.
Oh man, you gotta get it, man. Perception is reality. Semi-pro, Facebook, social media, it's not real. So people, have a perception of, who we all are, but behind closed doors, you see who's really out grinding and really, really hustling, and that's me. I have a couple brothers that I met through semi-pro, B. Smith, CJ, Tone, who see my everyday grind. I talk to them every single day, and they tell me to slow down. They tell me to relax, but I do that. I have a saying: you rest at the end, not in the middle. So,
Come on,
I'll rest in like 20 years.
I like that, man. That's real shit. Now, speaking of B. Smith, Tone, and CJ, man, did they help you start the BUCS? Like, how did the BUCS come about, man? Because I know you were a big steeple in RCD, and we'll get to that later. But how did the BUCS come about?
The BUCS was actually originally me and Chris Howe.
Okay.
It was an idea that me and him came up with. We didn't have the name at first, but we had said we wanted to bring another football team to the Inland Empire, and Chris kind of veered off and for a minute.
Right.
And me, once my mind is set to something, and once I'm kind of seeing the, where I can impact, I'll say the business. 'Cause I look at it as a business where I can impact the business. I was like, okay, let me get the BUCS, and then, having a CJ, a B. Smith, a Tone, be so willing to jump on board with that and kind of make it their own as well helped me a lot. Like, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything if those 3 individuals and Bernard Porter didn't jump on board right away and like give their all. You know what I'm saying? They help me in every step of the way for sure.
Okay, that's what's up, man. And those are some founding pieces, man. Those are some great pieces to have to start a program. Like B Smith is established, Tone is established, CJ. Like, go ahead, Wes.
Oh no, I was just saying some of those guys are considered semi-pro legends.
Right.
Oh, they are legends, but they're bigger than that though. They loyal.
Facts.
They loyal, and not just in the football sense, but in life sense. One thing people don't understand, people may think that, they may always tell me what I want to hear. They disagree with me more than anyone that I know.
Right.
But I need it though, because I'm so used to, yes men in my life. But them niggas be like, no, that ain't it, Boosh. That ain't the way to go. So
you definitely need real guys in your corner to tell you.
Oh, I got them. Like out of everybody, that I've met in semi-pro, I talk to them every single day. Like we message, at least a text message throughout the day. Maybe not, over the phone, but we at least text every day.
That's dope, man. Now, are they? You said you have your own Pop Warner program. Now, are they involved with you in that as well, or is that a venture you took from what you started with your semi-pro team and kind of established on its own?
CJ's heavily involved in.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know, but the uniforms people see for the adults, for BUCS, and for the youth is CJ.
Oh,
CJ do that. Like CJ gets on Stanley's nerves because all he does is change his mind every 5 seconds.
But look at the overall. At the end of the day, look at the product that you're putting on the field. I think at this level, sometimes guys get caught up in the look of the uniform. A lot of guys flock to teams because of uniforms. But at the same time, with that being said, you don't want to come out there looking half-assed, like someone put together.
Yeah, and
so that's for me, he a headache. But like I said, you think about the overall product and where you're trying to go.
Yeah, he definitely does his thing with the uniforms. Me, I'm basic. I'm like, all right, that look cool. CJ's like, nah, that shit trash. Like if we went with the uniforms that I picked,
oh man,
the Bucks wouldn't have made it to a season because that shit was horrible. but CJ and then like B Smith, he's helped me, recruit some kids. Tone is willing to come coach. I bounce ideas off of them. They'll tell me if it's a no go. A lot of people don't know. I think Stanley know. I was actually going to do a league. I was gonna start a league for adult football, and they talked me out of it.
Okay.
It took too much of my time. I was this close because I didn't like how things was going, and I know I have the backing to do it, but
that's one of them situations. It's just one of those things, and I hope people don't take this the wrong way. And if they do, my number is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But it's one of those things, especially in the semi-pro talk world, and probably 99% of the people who listen to this or watching this know what I'm saying. It's almost like a taboo when a new league pop up. It's always something said about it's watering it down, or this ain't gonna happen over here. Why everybody going over there? So it's kind of like even though you're a known name, it's gonna be some type of adversity that you're gonna face with trying to bring in a new league or something new. That's just how I saw it, and that's why I gave you the opinion that I gave.
Yeah, but that's with anything in semi-pro. It's watered down, and it's honestly semi-pro is like high school. It's like a big high school musical. It's like the popular kids is over here, and then the people that want to get in the popular crew is over there, and then like the popular kids don't want to lose their popularity, so they don't let the new kids in, and like no one wants to see no success in semi-pro. That's why you notice, the staples of semi-pro, like, the Blackhawks, Disciples, Apaches, things like that, they're starting to veer off. And, all the new teams can't get, good players are, they're frowned upon is because, the hating is real when it comes to anything other than certain teams and certain individuals. And I feel like having owners that run leagues doesn't work because no matter what, as people, if I run a league and I have a team in it, how can you trust my integrity that I'm gonna do what's best for the league and my team's in here? It's impossible to really say this is my team, but this is my league, and I'm gonna separate the two. You can't. So I think that's where Semi-pro for SoCal is watered down. You would need like a league owner like Moss from the Raiders. Like he'd be a great league owner because he's thorough. He has nothing to do with semi-pro, but having someone who coaches or someone who owns a team to own a league as well, to me, I just think it's never going to be successful, because there's always going to be some fuckery going on. So
right. So does that play a major factor in like say what league you guys choose to pick? Because I know you had told me in some private conversation that the Bucks are back, right?
Yeah.
What is going into your decision making into what league you guys want to join? Is it competition or is it staying away from, like you said, the high school pettiness? Like what goes into making that decision?
Honestly, it'd be comp, but I always bring shit to my players. Like I've never been an owner that just make decisions. I put it in the room, like where y'all want to play at, what jerseys y'all want to wear, what y'all think about this, what y'all think about that. So I let my players choose, but I'll be lying if I say like, we don't want to play like the Blackhawks. Like we want to play the Disciples. Like we want to play those teams who have the reputation of being successful. So wherever they at, that's probably where we gonna end up being at.
Okay.
The Giants too. I mean, you can't. Giants are always gonna be around too.
On that note, I gotta pose a question. Do you ever think that it'll get back to what I don't want to call them old guys. I'm gonna call them vets because that's what they are.
Right.
Do you ever think that it'll get back to that era, that time where all the best teams was in one league?
Fuck no. Fuck
But
no.
why
And the
not
reason
though?
why,
I mean,
ego.
if everybody says, "Oh, I want to play the comp. I want to play the best teams," and the overall consensus would say Blackhawks, Giants, Disciples, even the Bucks is a new team, the Bucks, the Lions, the Rams. We can go on and on about who the good teams is, who the better teams are, but yet you will still have 2 to 3 leagues every season, and all of those good teams are dominating in those other 3 leagues with no cross play.
I think I don't think it'll happen because of egos. I think everyone has an ego. I think it's too much, messaging, and the inbox is crazy. My inbox stay on fire, and I'm not even on Facebook no more. So I think that backbiting, you have one owner 1 second saying this about this person, but then at the game they hugging them, they laughing, hey, we cool, we best friends. But I got messages in my inbox of you saying this nigga ain't shit, he's trash watching, he's a snake, he's this, he's that. You know what I'm saying? So I think if the boards didn't exist, I think we can definitely do it. I think we have the teams to do it. Like I say, SoCal got some solid teams, and if people can put that ego to the side, and do it or do it. I mean, I'll just speak for the Bucks. We'll join any league that has everybody in it. I don't care what the circumstances is or what needs to happen for, the Bucks to join. We'll do it. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like when the Bucks came in, we kind of shook everybody a little bit. Because even if you watch it now, we came out with the music, we came out with the flares and all this shit, and the videos every week, and now you see teams doing it. They'll never get credit for it. They'll never do it. But the reality is this: in semi-pro, you didn't see teams coming out hyped like the Bucks. You didn't have a buzz about another team like the Bucks in years. And we came out and, unfortunately we didn't win the championship. Definitely it was aided by some situations, but, we're back. And if they think that the first year was something, the second year going to piss some people off.
Right. Okay. Now, you said as long as egos can be put aside, do you think, and this isn't a shot at anybody involved in this, but are you and Moses or whoever runs the RCD, because I'm not too sure, I believe it's G-Man and Moses, are you three able to put your egos aside for the culture and for the game of football? Because right now, the IE is very tight. It's you and them. I don't count the Mercury, no shots at anybody out there that played, because the Mercury been around for a very long time, but we know the talent has been split and divided between you and the disciples. Can you guys put your differences aside to make this game happen drama free?
I mean, there has to be a conversation. I mean, one thing I will say though, when it comes to Gaston, to this day, me and him have never had a conversation where it was any malice, any disrespect, none of that. Like it's never been that. I remember our falling out had to do with a comment I said. Now I'll elaborate on it because it was brought to me by another RCD player, light skinned brother. I think his name is Isaiah, I believe.
Okay.
I think so. I had said a comment when I got into it with Mo. I said whoever messing with Mo is a B word.
Mm-hmm.
You know, upset or whatever the case may be. And at the time, I meant that, but I didn't think of how people would take that. So for a while, you know, Gaston felt some type of way. I think it's Isaac. I ain't trying to butcher his name.
Right.
Cali. Couple niggas took that literal, like, oh, he calling us bitches. We bitches because we fuck with him. And that wasn't what it was. So I had to, like, talk to Gaston, talk to, the light skinned brother Isaiah. I believe it's, if I'm fucking his name, it is what it is. But talk to him, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even know you took it like that. My bad. You feel me? But pertaining to Mo, that'll be a conversation between me and him.
Right.
I don't think it's no beef there. Because if there was beef, somewhere already would happen. To be honest,
Right.
I think the situation there is just it's internet. I don't think he worries about me. I don't worry about him. I don't think our situation affect his business whatsoever, and it didn't affect mine. But am I willing to chop it up with him? Yeah. Am I willing to play them niggas tomorrow? Like, yeah. Like I want that game, but yeah, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing serious on my end. It is what it is.
That's good to hear, man, because anybody that's listening to this and has followed semi-pro talk in the boards, there was an incident, man, where, like I say, I know you and I know your character, man, and there was a thing that you made it public. Like your guys' issue got very public, and it could have got very serious from where you were willing to take it. Now, has that surpassed? Do you still feel like, do you still hold those hard feelings? Or is it something where you guys can literally sit down, hash it out? Look, we don't got to mess with each other after this conversation, but it needs to be had.
Again, I go back to people like B Porter,
Okay.
CJ, Tone, B Smith, niggas like that who put shit in perspective for me. With everything I got going on outside of the semi-pro world. If nothing has happened in, I think it's been 2-3 years already since that incident.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen. To me, it is what it is. There's shit that they post on semi-pro when I was on there. I liked it. Like, there's no malice there. It doesn't mean anything to me. Me allowing, not even him. I don't even want to like focus on that, but just allowing anyone to get me out of character makes me weak. Anyone that I allow to stay on my mind and constantly want to throw little jabs at, or constantly want to post about all the time, or constantly want to be in inboxes about a person, that means that person owns you.
Okay.
And there's not a man alive that owns me. So I have no ill will towards nobody, to keep it a band. I mean, at that point I did, but having the circle that I have, it's pointless, bro. Like, I'm too blessed for that shit.
That's right.
That's right. So in other words, we say a lot of words to say that at the end of the day, if that game is signed up, we gonna play that game.
Yeah, I wish that brother well. I wish all of them well.
That's the blessed part to hear. At the end of the day, we want people to come out and enjoy the game, because this game is an outlet for so many people. But at the end of the day, it's nice to hear that, hey, people is gonna make it home after that game, because we just here to play football, and I can appreciate that from a coach's standpoint.
Man, life too short to harbor ill will towards motherfuckers who at one point you consider family. So, over the last couple of years, I lost a lot of people. you know, my grandmother, all that shit. So, you know, it don't even mean nothing to me at this point. You know, just got to keep on pushing. It is what it is. I wish them niggas well. You know, they got some ill will. I mean, I'm still Pooch at the end of the day. We can do that too. But if they want to conversate as men, I'm all for that because that's what we are. We're businessmen.
Right.
Okay?
I think after this airs, and people are gonna listen to it. We know people are gonna listen to it, and I feel like people are gonna go in looking for it to be messy.
Oh, for sure.
Or look, let me say it like this: I think people are gonna come in looking for that sound bite and
Right.
say, "Oh, he said such and such," and
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad the way that the conversation is going is like, "Hey, yeah, we had a real issue, but this is where I'm at."
Dude, the crazy part is I guarantee people expect me to get on here and bash that man.
Yeah, I mean,
They want me to.
what they say, no press, good, all press is good press.
Right.
Yeah.
Even messy press sells, but you know when you get into the real meat of this, like a lot of guys, and I saw it personally, where this guy was big woofing on the field, and okay, well we ain't in front of everybody now. The lights ain't
Look,
on, the
look.
audience ain't here, and I mean I was just fooling about, man. You know how it is, or this, that,
Semi-pro's
and the
not real,
other.
bro. Semi-pro's not real. Do you know how many people that I've heard through the grapevine that's been in inboxes? Oh, Booch is this, he's a bitch, he's scary, he's this, he's that. And then I see them at the football game, and it's, what's up, Booch? How you doing? It's not the same energy. It never
Nah,
has been. I've been a part of semi-pro. I guess my first championship came in 2003 with the Mercury. Let's put that in perspective.
Right.
That's how long. That's my first championship in 2003 with the
Yeah.
Mercury. And they had Nick and, you know, all that. They had quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So
cool in
headache was on the squad.
2003.
Yeah, years ago. That's when the Mercury. That's when the Mercury and the Blackhawks used to play. I think at the Staples Center, the arena, little shit and all that.
Oh,
Like,
yep.
bro,
Yep.
like
LA
they
Scorpions
used
are
to
still
really like
around.
do that. And not to say I'm the toughest nigga on earth, because I'm not, but I haven't been touched in semi-pro. And the reality is this: everybody you know, where I'm from, what I am, and I'm always the opposite of the majority of the crowd.
Right.
And you know, but there's always a respect there because I give respect to people. I don't disrespect nobody unless they disrespect me. If I'm going off on somebody, that means they've said something to me. That means they've done something behind closed doors to me. I don't ever just pick on someone and say, oh, I don't like you, or oh, I have a, you know, because you look like this is this. No, it's because they just be on some fuck shit.
Got it, man. Now, here is the grand scheme of things, man. Like, you were a fucking founding father of RCD, bro. Like,
Absolutely.
when they mentioned RCD, it was Moses, G-Man, and Booch, bro.
Factual.
How
Big
hard was
fact.
it? How hard was it to fucking walk away?
It was easy.
It was easy.
It was
Why?
easy.
Please
Um,
explain.
Yes.
because it got to the point where it was just toxic on all sides. I
Okay.
played a part in it. Mo played a part in it. You know, G played a part in it. You know, I just felt like, let me be clear. RCD was already established before I got there.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I think they already had won like 2 championship, a spring one, a fall one as well. So they already was established. So me joining them was just adding to their success that they already had. But when I came on board, you know, it was supposed to be, you know, everything to a vote. We had other plans that we're going to do. I'm not going to talk about it because I'm not sure if they still have those plans.
Right.
And I was able to sit back and kind of learn, you know, the semi-pro game and what it's about. And in a sense, I took a lot.
All right, fellas. We lost our caller. He's gonna call back in right now. Hey Wes, man, this is a great interview so
This,
far, man.
this is definitely one hell of an interview. I would agree with that. Like I was saying on the last couple questions, that you know, I feel like people are gonna think, oh, he just got back in. I feel like people are gonna come in, you know, with the big eyes looking for that sound bite. But I'm just so glad that we're getting real conversation. I think
Right.
it's conversation that needs to be heard.
Yeah.
And I be honest, I'm excited to hear what's gonna come behind it.
Yeah, me too, man.
After people listen and find out, like I always say to historians, this side, that side, and then you got the truth.
Right.
But I want to find out from the other people that's on the other side of this conversation. I want to hear their side.
And to be honest with you, Wes, I'm even willing to do this. If I have to remove myself from the complete interview, I'm willing to do that. So you can get the other side, because honestly, they need their sides. They need their side of the story told too, man.
We got Callie Wilson, a dominant figure from them.
Right.
That's gonna be on here later on. I think around episode 4 or 5.
He's another one that at one point I was really, really close with. Like really, really close with. Like I remember like, not to veer off, but I remember running out of gas like 5 years ago. It's like 7 a.m, no cap. And I'm like, hey, Callie, where you at? And he's like, what happened? I'm like, I ran out of gas. Callie comes, brand new Jordans on. Why did I spill and pour gas all over this man's shoes?
Sheesh.
That was the fucking worst thing ever. But yeah, like he's another
one. Gotta get a new pair.
Like he's another one, like through this whole situation, kind of like, we veered off our separate ways, and I get it.
Yeah.
It's all love for him. But what I was saying was, me leaving RCD was easy.
Okay.
During everything started taking place during the pandemic. Their views didn't align with my views. Not gonna really go too deep into that. And then a lot of things that they were doing, I wasn't finding out about them until later on. So I just felt like, they're doing their thing, I'm doing my thing. And then originally, it kind of took me by surprise is I told them I was gonna do a team. They already knew it.
Mm-hmm.
So then, but when I announced the team, it just was animosity, like off top. Like it was just, they didn't like it. And, I think a lot of it, again, was both sides, me and them playing a part in it. A lot of it was others getting involved. I do think that if a lot of people just would have like not got involved and just kind of let us hash it out, it probably wouldn't have went as far. But again, this is high school. People join sides and they do fuck shit.
As soon as they had one person, and I'll mention him by name, as soon as B Porter was a Buck, there was an issue. Like I think one of those things at this level of football,
that's
like
my brother.
Okay, exactly. See, people may not know that story. That's your brother. So his loyalty may actually indeed just lie with you. And because you were a disciple, he was a disciple. Look, but some people may not be able to decipher that. Is that the case? As soon as you left, he was going no matter where you went?
I'll say this right now, and he probably going to kill me for saying this. I'm going to say it. But when I was on the Merc, they don't even know this, but he was this close from leaving them then and coming to play for the Merc just for me.
Sheesh.
And that's on everything I love. Asking.
B Porter in a Mercury jersey?
He was this close. I was like, bro, what I got to do to get you here?
Tell me. That's a sound bite.
like that's the only sound bite.
This
exactly.
Close, bro. He was this close. And he'll tell you. But, like, the crazy part, like, even with him, like, he loyal to me, but, his people, Cali, that's like his family.
Right.
So, he always... I respect him enough not to ever, say nothing crazy about that man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out of respect. But, wherever I go, B gonna go. That's just a fact. Like,
yeah,
he's our quarterback for the fall. There's an announcement too. Like, he's our quarterback.
That's right.
Like, that is what it is.
Khaled, another one.
Another one.
I don't know, man. It's just a lot of people. Like, think that like it was difficult to leave RCD, and it wasn't. They didn't need me. Like, again, they were established already, and then I left, and they won another championship. So they're clearly doing well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was able to soak up game. I won a championship with them as an owner and as a player. And then I just did my own thing, and they'll never admit it, but I think it made them better, and it made me better too.
That's what's up.
Straight up.
What is your recruiting tool to get people to come play for you, man? Other than me knowing you, I know you. You're an A1 dude. You're solid. So if you were to hit my line and be like, "Yo, where you at in the fall?" You know where I'm gonna go. But what about for the people that don't know you? What do you want them to know that if they come play for the Bucks, this is what they're getting in the owner?
I mean, they can, make the judgment themselves. I mean, I don't have a pitch or nothing.
Okay.
I feel like for those who know me, they know my name is solid. For those who know me, they know my word is solid. And I think, and not even just semi-pro, but in life, a lot of people word ain't solid. A lot of people do things and they have motives behind what they do. Me, I don't need team fees. I don't need nothing from nobody. I'm doing this shit to give back. I don't have to. I can literally sit back at my house, and drive my cars and just be on some fuck everybody shit. I'm on me. But I do this shit because, for one, people need it. People need that outlet. And then for two, I feel like the majority of the owners are shady as shit. I feel like the owners say they're for the players, but they're not. They're not. And I think we got to stop using that owner word so loosely, because let's just say if you got team fees for 300, 280, whatever the case may be, you're not an owner at all. How is that an owner? No, you're an organizer. You're organizing the team. You're not an owner. You're organizing a team. You're charging these young men who are already struggling 200, 250, 300 or more to play football on a field that you probably got the hookup for, and you getting it for nothing. Or you over promising, saying, "Hey, we're gonna have this great, amazing field," and then you're playing on bullshit that getting people hurt. So where's that 200, 250, 300 going for? I'll buy jerseys. If you got 40, 45 players, that it don't add up. It don't add up. And then some of the uniform qualities, it damn sure don't add up, because I know you're not paying a lot of money if your jerseys is ripping. Keep it a band. Not one of my Buck jerseys rip.
Elite
that's
uniform
that
plug.
elite U quality, baby. That's
I'm keeping a band. Not one of my Buck players, and I had some of the best players that always was getting, no, that was Dragon Malcolm, who's playing pro ball in Atlanta. Shout out to him. He drug niggas all year. His jerseys are perfectly fine. Bernard, you already know. Dion, monster receiver, literally the best receiver in semi-pro. I don't give a fuck what no one says. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of owners are organizers, as I'm gonna start calling these niggas. They want that, that title, because they not that in real life. They don't own shit. They think they can come to the semi-pro world and be like, "Oh, I'm an owner. But what are you giving your team? Like, what difference are you making? Are you giving jobs to your team?" Again, it's only one person I know that I've seen give niggas jobs. RCD. Like I said, I'm not gonna hate on niggas. I've seen them give niggas jobs.
Right.
I give niggas jobs, but who else is really doing that? Putting niggas on, not on like something that they can get fired from tomorrow, but like a career choice.
Right.
Who's putting niggas on stocks and bonds and how to, invest your money? Who's giving niggas that game, that avenue to better themselves? As men, I had a player, I'm not gonna call his name, but a lot of people deem him as a troublemaker. And when I'm saying this, he'll know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Everywhere he go, he's a troublemaker. He's this. He's always fighting, whatever the case. At practice one night, he was crying, going through life shit. I walked with him around the field, like 30 minutes. Since then, nigga done graduated from school and some more shit.
That's right.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people, bro, like just think about this. Herb, Wolfpack.
Yep.
A team like that is so toxic in semi-pro that we pushed away a nigga that had a team like that.
Right.
A team that was so established in 1 year, they got hated on from the moment they stepped on the field.
That go back into what I said about new leagues. When new teams come, new this. Well, I can say this about Herb. Herb is one of those guys that when you mention names, that people kind of won't talk trash about. Like when you say the E-Leagues and the T-Rees and the OG Ronald Clark, most folks won't talk shit about them because they have a solid track record. I think when the Wolfpack came, I think even when the DFI came, what they stood for at that time, the whole league was like whoa, wait a minute. If this thing pop off, this could potentially change semi-pro and really be geared to developmental football, because a lot of those guys, did go on to an arena or got arena tryouts. I know that for fact because I created some of the graphics for some of the guys. But I don't think people, quote unquote, hated what he was doing more so than they was. No, I can't because people still lined the game up if they was, because they wasn't allowed to play other people. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I remember that being in they little clauses where they couldn't play somebody outside the league.
No, not to cut you up. No, niggas hated on that, man. They hated on that team from the moment it was put together. They hated on the uniforms. They hated on the structure. They hated on all of that shit. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and cap.
For me, when you look at it and you talk to anybody and on this level, and that's one of the things, man. You look at it, man. They had it structured to the T, to the point. They was playing at a college stadium. I can't think of nobody else in semi-pro doing that. All of the uniforms well put together.
Clean.
Real coaching staff.
Clean.
I mean, hell, they even had a dance team, my guy. So, and again,
and semi-pro is so toxic that they pushed them away, and we'll never see it again.
That's sad.
I think somewhere deep down, and her is my guy, even though he get on my nerves.
He ain't coming back.
Somewhere, I think it's not he's not coming back. I think it's more of the opportunity to come back to something better than what it was has to present itself for Herb Cash to come back.
And we will find out. And we will find out later on in the season.
Look, Herb not coming back at all. My damn neck hurt.
I'm gonna ask him. He's gonna be a guest on the show, and that is specifically one of the questions I'm gonna ask Herb.
I'll say something about Herb too. Well, it's a couple. Again, my boys B, C, Tom.
Right.
But Herb is another one who, not even just on some football shit, but just on finance.
Yes.
Smart as shit.
Yes.
Like, I got into crypto because of Herb.
Yes.
And a lot because of how he invested. Like, again, B. Smith, another one. We'd throw a little shit in our little chat, like, hey, look, put your money in this, do that. Woo. The next we bubbling, making some bread. So
right.
Like, he's another one that, like, if people took the time to like reach him out, him and the guy from Apache.
Talking about Curtis?
Nah, is it Ming?
Men.
He's another one. Jimmy Doe on Twitter. He's so fucking knowledgeable. He'll post like shit that he like little stock sets, that he's doing throughout the day, and like literally I'll like watch his shit, and whatever he invests in, I invest in. So like that's what I'm saying. It's so many like well-rounded minds in semi-pro that don't get the recognition because it's so toxic. Like it's wild. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to them niggas because like I really like a couple individuals who like really be on their money and finance shit. Like I'm a sponge. I don't care how much money I make. I'm always gonna like try to make more.
And that's good to hear, man. Like that's why we wanted to do this show. Like it was our goal to bring out the other stuff. Yeah. Like your business ventures. Like you just kick game right now. Like Jimmy Doe got a Twitter feed. Like people need to go, if you got Twitter, go jump on Twitter and follow Jimmy. Like there's people at this level that want to see other people succeed, man. Like
do that shit for free.
Right?
He put it out for free when he could be making so much money.
Come on, man.
Right.
I'm heavy on Twitter and didn't know it. It's not. I don't follow a lot of guys from semi-pro because I'm gonna say this on Facebook, yeah, but on Twitter, it's kind of like a dead thing to a certain demographic of people. Not demographic of people, but a certain like semi-pro has nothing to do with Twitter that I know of. So I guess that you have to get these personal accounts of the people to start following them because
But they
it's not a
should
big
though.
semi-pro presence on Twitter.
But see, look, if people are using their mind though, Twitter, where does everyone go viral at? TikTok and Twitter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put some of your crazy ass highlights on there. Tag Sports Center. Tag some of these crazy ass sports shows and get some recognition. But people don't think because
A
they just post
hashtag is a
shit.
motherfucker. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I will tell you the dude from where were the Blue Devils from?
It was in L.A.
Yeah, okay. So the Blue Devils were from LA, but they had like an IE name, right? Or whatever. The Blue Devils that looked one of the dudes, that dude's crackback made it on Sports Center and went viral like on greatest hits.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Talking about like recently or something before my time?
Like 2 years ago, the dude from the Blue Devils, the receiver on the crackback.
Palmdale. They up there in the AV.
So exactly, AV Blue Devils. Dude hashtagged this shit and he went viral for that crackback block, man. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, those are just avenues that if people like, I think the boards and I've been a victim to it too. They toxic and I've been a part of the toxic of it. But if people took some of the shit they actually do, they huddle accounts, there's highlights and they posted that shit on Twitter, TikTok, all that crazy shit, recognition would be a lot more for semi-pro SoCal for sure.
All right, man, we're going to wrap this up, and I got one final question for you, bro. This coming season, what are your hopes and aspirations for not only your program, but for semi-pro as a whole?
My program, we only coming back to win, to keep it banned. We got, let me look at my phone. I think we got already locked in 38 people. And like 14 of them ain't never played semi-pro. They play college right now. So, I mean, we coming back to win. We for sure gonna be the best dressed. We for sure gonna set more trends that's gonna make niggas follow our trends. Again, we would never get credit for the smoke and all that shit, but that's us.
So it's safe to say y'all are still gonna come out and say that y'all are the standard.
We are the standard. I mean, let's just be honest. Spring's going on right now. I'm not on football right now. I'm not on Facebook, none of that shit. But have you guys seen a team like that look like the Bucks during spring? Exclude the Blackhawks, because they're always well put together.
I was about to say, I'm currently on the Inglewood Blackhawks, my brother, and we look fresh.
Exclude them because Tony Reed's a different monster. Right. That's just different. Exclude them. Outside of them niggas, is there anyone else like the Bucks?
I'll give an honorable mention as far as how the organization is ran to the Santa Clarita Tigers. I say the same thing about the Coyotes. I say the same thing about the Silverbacks, even though they didn't show up in their playoff game.
Again, are they making an impact like the Bucks did? No. Any team outside
on the field and off the field?
Yeah,
I say yeah.
Who?
But if you equate it to the wins and dominating, then I got to go with the three, which would be right now.
First off, let's go to dominating because before all of our players start getting suspended randomly, we were blowing niggas out.
You're suspended. You're suspended.
Yeah,
you're suspended.
Hey, my players were getting suspended randomly. Like during the playoffs, we ain't had photo checks the whole fucking season. My game is the only one out of the whole playoffs that got ID checks. Dead ass.
Wow.
This is facts. Jeez. Like, I don't care who get mad at me saying it. I probably shouldn't, but
it is what it is.
Hey, I asked the other game, like, hey, did they check y'all IDs too? They're like, nah. So that was just an us thing. So I had players that were suspended for just the most weirdest shit. And then I had players for the playoffs that were getting carded that niggas knew they'd been on the team the whole year. So when it comes to dominating, there was no team like us, at all. Like, even against the Giants, that game was fuckery. Super fuckery, and we all know it. But the Giants is a good organization. I ain't talked to him in a while, but I used to talk to Black. But full roster Bucks, not a team fucking with us. That's the reality, and they knew it. We put up what was it, 90 against a team, and literally it was a running clock since the second quarter.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Sheesh.
So again, we're coming back. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a car show because I'm about to bring out all my shit, and we're gonna get it cracking. I'm bringing out all my shit.
What car you gonna roll up in first?
Huh?
What car you gonna roll up in first?
Oh man, I'm gonna bring my truck out, man. I got the Maserati truck now. I got the Maserati truck now. So I'm gonna bring that out. It's burgundy with all gold trim. Something light.
Light work.
Something light. But y'all doing something good, man. Shout out to y'all and y'all podcast, man. Appreciate y'all having me. I told you I wasn't gonna duck nothing.
Come on.
Wasn't gonna duck nothing. I'm gonna answer it truthfully. I know people out here being messy, but man, I'm old as shit, bro. And then if I would have, I would have got a text message or a call from. First would have been from CJ, motherfucking ass, cussing me out. And then he would have been like, "You stupid." And then Tone was gonna be like, "I'm gonna slap you." So I just decided I didn't want to hear none of that. So.
That's right. Your people keep you in check, man. Wes keep me in check too, man. And that's why I appreciate him, and that's why I reached out to him to do this, man. We really appreciate you coming on our podcast, man. iStayElite. Y'all, it's gonna be on YouTube. We're going for Apple Podcasts, man. This is the first episode with Dwayne Allen, the owner of the IE Buccaneers.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, fam. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all be blessed, man.
You too.
For sure.
Yes,
well, y'all already know what it is, man. This is Coach West, and that's my boy, Paul.
You already know.
iStayElite podcast, and we signing off. Till the next time. Peace.
You're listening to the iStayElite podcast, hosted by Paul and Coach West. This show brings you real conversations and interviews from the SoCal semi-pro world. Remember to like, comment, and hit subscribe.